My name is Kamani Tyson, and today we'll be going over neural tube disorders. Neural tube disorders are birth defects of the brain, spine, and spinal cord that can occur in fetuses within the first months of pregnancy. Neural tube disorders can be classified as either open or closed. Open NTDs are when the brain or the spinal cord are exposed at birth. Open NTDs are when the brain and spinal cord are exposed at birth. Closed NTDs are when the brain and spinal cord is covered by like skin. There are several different types of NTDs, neural tube disorders. Spina bifida, which is a open neural tube disorder, and spina bifida is when the neural tube doesn't close completely somewhere along the spine during fetal development. Anencephaly, when the fetus's neural tube doesn't close at the top during fetal development. This causes like the skull, scalp, and brain not to develop properly. Anencephaly, when the neural tube doesn't close near the brain and there's an opening through the skull. The fetus of the brain, the members that cover it, can protrude through the skull, forming a sac-like bulge. And then anencephaly, when the spine is severely malformed, it often causes a neck and baby head. Neck and the baby's head is also bent backwards as well. The symptoms of neural tube disorders are: some infants show no symptoms, and then some show symptoms of development delays, learning disabilities, and seizures. They also have seeing and hearing problems. And it's also good to remember that each NTD has different symptoms. There are several different causes of neural tube disorders. Some are through the cause of low folic acid, some are through stress and radiation, and some also are obesity, diabetes, and immune dysregulation, and also socioeconomic status. So if someone is in an environment where there is low folic acids or not enough food, vitamin levels, they may be at risk of neural tube disorders as well. There is the risk of neural tube disorders is, or I should say causes. Some eat foods with vitamins. To limit the risk of getting neural tube disorders, it's safe to have people eat foods with vitamin B9 such as bananas, eggs, and broccoli. If the former child of a mother has neural tube disorder, they should take 4,000 mcg a day if they plan to become pregnant again. If not, then continue taking 400 micrograms of folic acids. There are several laws that support children with neural tube disorders. One major law is American Disability Act, ADA, which prohibits discrimination against all individuals with disabilities. And the next law is Individuals with Disabilities Act, a law that makes available a free and appropriate education eligible to children with disabilities throughout the nation. Another law, the law that covers with the Individual Disabilities Act is the IEP, Individualized Education Plan, which helps children with disabilities receive personalized education assistance. There are several children with neural tube disorders have several support groups. Some see a speech therapist due to improve communication ability because not being able to move around and interact with their environment may cause them to develop slowly into communication. Since children with NTD have difficulty moving, they may also have to see a physical therapist to help them with balance and make walking around easier for them. And then